Welcome all of you for this press conference called by the mayor, the city manager, and we've invited the chief of police also to join us. I have been in various meetings this whole day, and even while I was in Boston for the U.S. Conference of Mayors, when I received the news of several shootings in the city of Topeka. Not only while I was in Boston, but upon my return, I have received several concerns and comments with regards to the situation that is happening in our community. I can tell you that today, I just came from Washburn University, talking to some amazing young leaders. And when they were given the opportunity to ask the questions about what they wanted to find out about their community, high school students posed immediately, talk to us about safety in the city of Topeka. I'm here to tell you that I hear your concerns. We're here to tell you that we are as consternated as the families are because we have lives that are in critical condition because of gun violence. And this is not acceptable. The challenge with this is that the solution is not a simple solution. We cannot solely depend on our police officers and our fire department and our public safety aides to eradicate the problem of violence. We are living in a crucial time in which everybody has access to social media, and rather than using social media as a force of good, we are using social media as a mechanism to be violent to each other with our words. We are living in a time in which we have a crisis of compassion. We need for each other to care about each other and to build each other up. We have problems with mental health. We are living in the community that used to be the home of Meningers. And at the same time that these great institutions left our community, our residents are left with individuals that have significant needs that are not being met. We are living in a state that now has the right to carry for every single individual. What makes it so challenging for our police officers to know who is supposed to have a weapon and who is supposed to not. And we are living in a place in which we've lost the ability to have civil discourse. It's not a city of Topeka issue, it's a national issue. When you look at social media and when you look at the way that we're talking to each other when we disagree, we have lost the ability to have a conversation. So what is my ask for all of you today? I am acting here and imploring all of you to be a part of the change. Be compassionate towards each other. If you see something, say something. We have a great program that the chief has started in the sense that if you know of a weapon and you see a weapon, or if you even have a weapon and you bring it to the PD department, nothing will happen. If you have somebody that you know that has mental health issues and you're a teenager, rather than being a bully or laughing, why don't we instead lean towards each other and support each other so that we don't have somebody commit suicide? Why, when we have somebody in our community that is struggling with domestic violence, do we not provide the resource of the YWCA and talk about ways that we can mitigate the challenges of domestic violence before they escalate to using weapons like we saw this weekend? Why, when we have a challenge with a friend being shot, rather than seeking help with your resources, do we retaliate? Retaliation is not the answer. What we do is that we perpetuate a cycle of violence that we don't want to see in our community. So I am here to implore all of you to be a part of the solution. We are here as your team, standing by you and as concerned as you are. Again, it is heartbreaking that most of the issues that happened in the community during the weekend, very much like the instances of last year, were amongst people that knew each other. We have to stop. We have to care. We care. My city, I absolutely love you, but I need you to help us with this. And with that, I'll see if the city manager would like to say a few words.
Well, I think the words that I would like to say is that we continue to work on these cases. The police department is doing everything they can to collect the evidence and to deal with these situations that have come out with recent shootings. You know, I think we need to remember that we saw evidence in Saturday, the event, that we had police officers taking part in a Stand Up for Life and to stop the violence, and that they were there and they want to do that, and they're out in the community. Our community policing efforts are strong and supportive of the community and the neighborhood, and we ask that they talk to those officers. They're getting to know their neighborhoods and their people, and we ask that they take a look at utilizing them in the best way that's possible. Our community continues to need to stand up, stand united to stop the violence, and that by doing so we can make the right things happen and be better in the long run.
Chief?
I just want to take this opportunity to let the citizens of Topeka know that Topeka is a safe place to live. It is a safe community, and as we've already talked about, all the events that took place over the weekend, most of those were known parties. In our record number of homicides last year, known parties involved, and again, whatever activities that those individuals were partaking in. But I do want to reiterate that Topeka is a safe place to live, and because of the great community partnership that we have, we've solved a lot of these crimes over the last several months, and we appreciate all the help that we get from the citizens.
So with that, we open it up for questions of all of you. We wanted to make sure that we were ahead of the issue and that we provided you the opportunity to address all of us as a team.
Chief, what do you think is part of this recent, wave of violence? I mean, is it anything? Are there any characteristics about this recent wave that it's any different than any other time there's been a spike?
Well, I think there's several factors that may play into it. As you know, we're kind of in a record heat spell that started much earlier than normal, and we've been in that for about 2 weeks. And so when you put that, factor that in with tensions getting high, and school's out now, so people are around a lot more. A lot of it, there are people a lot more often, and it's getting warm, and tension just gets high. I think those play into it, and again, that's why we ask that everybody, take a deep breath, think twice, take a step back before you react or take action, and hopefully we can avoid some of these situations in the future.
But why is that a reason, the heat? I mean, I'm hot too, but I don't feel like going out and killing someone, though, so there's got to be more to it.
Well, when we talk about the heat, a lot of these individuals where they live, they don't have access to air conditioning. Lower income individuals also play a factor into that. Not having, just being able to meet basic needs. And so when you don't have air conditioning, your house is hot, and it's hot outside, and you can't get a break from the heat, then tensions tend to rise.
Are there things that, you've talked many times about the fact that the perpetrators and the victims in these situations are known to each other, but I mean, what can people do who are not related, don't have connections to these incidents of violence? I mean, what are you calling on the community to actually do that for people that are not connected to these crimes?
Well, I think the community is doing what we're asking them. They are helping us out. They are giving us calls. They are, being proactive and providing information. So I'm very pleased with what we receive from the community and that partnership that we have with the community. And so, really, there's nothing more that I can ask of the community to do that they're not